Bit of a mid challenge to come through.
Folks available left either, just Kara now.
Hello, welcome to the watch party.
Ops for Rafters and the drone both scouting the location.
Similar approach to what we saw before from Gen G, right? Trying to find some information up through B, see if they can bring a rotation, over. With the investment of the Owl drone towards A, you're trying to keep Global just interested that it might be a bit of a later A play. So I love this positioning at the moment, actually, from Yudo-tan. He sticks around, he can rendezvous out. If he finds one or two, that'd be even better. Now with 50 seconds to go as this rotation starts to come through from Gen G.
Oh,
Papi
chulo bhai maar raha hai sabko bhai kya Papi
These have just been two individual peaks to come through from Gen G.
क्या लगा 3-12 है आप होगा क्या?
The round might be
बहुत
done
मतलब मैं
unless
स्ट्रीम नहीं कर रहा था, मैं ऐसे बैठे-बैठे देख रहा था और जो गेम चल रही थी भाई मतलब देख के
out of this situation. Up around the edges of the smoke though, the beanie's been spotted. Foxy9 down in the dirt. Poppy up to the next as well, and Pot's up through the smokes. There's only so much that Ash can do to survive. The map is done. Global Esports come out swinging on this map of Icebox.
Yeah, with a dominant performance. What an absolute smacking to come through from their own map pick here as well. Gen G starting on the defense with a composition that would have been expected, but really, Global Esports, I mean, we saw it when they first brought out Corrode, like a new look to this team, and they've done it again here. A map that historically they don't really tend towards in playing, and they have their own spin on it, their own way, just catches Gen G completely off guard, not hitting their shots, not hitting their rotations and all. What a fantastic map to come out from GE for the start of this best of 3.
Definitely, you know, got to go back to the drawing board a little bit for the Gen G crew and staff, but for Global Esports, I mean, this was Crystal, Yudo-tan especially, I think, doing so much work, especially in that attacking half.
Yeah, and just a lot of heavy lifting across the board, really, from Global. I feel like they were all on the same page with their majority of their rotations. There was one or two that was a little bit questionable, but their shots were kind of the big impact as well, right? The way they're playing together, they're all hitting their shots, just absolutely fantastic. And I think the biggest thing for me is, can they keep that over towards Haven? Because Gen G's Haven is something to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah, that's at least a bit of pressure gone though, Komodo, and you know, it definitely guarantees you, if not a Corrode, at least maybe a 2-0 win against Gen G as well. That is definitely going to be insane to talk about. We are just waiting to see the discussion back on the desk.
What is the scoreline?
I mean, it looks pretty clear to me. GE is just the better Korean team.
What?
Right?
What happened?
I'm truly baffled. 10 out of 10 post plants coming in from GE. I mean, I think the key here, 12-4 in the first bloods. They fried them, man. They absolutely cooked Gen G. Gen G had no idea how to deal with anything the Global were putting down this map. I mean, just insane to watch. This is a sort of fumble that we don't see from Gen G. Gen G are so solid, so drilled, but they were caught completely off guard in this opening map.
I don't know what's going on at the end of these years for Gen G. It was the same thing like last year, a little bit of an end-of-the-year fumble maybe coming in. I mean, they do have some chances to turn this around here, but GE, credit to them. They have come in swinging on their map picks in Pacific in this stage. They've been well prepared. They've had a good approach. Crystal is a bona fide start. This guy's back in form. I could hear him from up here on the balcony. He was vocal. He was loud. He was confident. He was swinging everything and fragging out of control. I'm so impressed by him. So impressed by GE's approach overall and just how confident they were playing. And yeah, they absolutely cooked him. But at the same time, what the hell was Gen G doing that game?
Yeah, they had no idea how to deal with this. You can tell they've not played against a composition like this. They were trying to adapt on the fly, and they just could not find an answer for that whole first half.
I don't understand it though. Like, have they not been screaming T1? Do they not play T1? Or like, I don't understand.
Well, okay, explain to me why on earth Gen G couldn't do anything, even if it came down to just the duels. They were losing.
They played terribly. Like, they played, the macro made no sense. Like, not only did they not hit their shots, but they did not play against that comp correctly at all. Like, honestly, if we look some of the replays here, you're playing Omen, Jet, You have the ability to get vertical, you have the ability to slow down the plays, you have one-ways aplenty. GE is swinging them through one-ways. They're just dry swinging them and taking aim duels. They're running straight up A with full force every single time, and there's no setup for Gen G. Where is the Jet on the info line taking the first pick? Where is the Omen one-way with a crossfire playing around it? Something like that. Like, honestly, I don't understand what Gen G's approach was on this defense. And guess how many, you know, what's the one thing you want against this contact style? You want to get an op going. Yeah. How many ops did Gen G get that half?
I mean, they couldn't afford it.
They didn't get an op. They're buying Sheriff Armor every round and losing.
I agree. I mean, I gotta say, I love this from GE though, because they were not afraid. They totally disrespected Gen G this map. I felt like they ran at them and said, we can beat you in these fights. And that's what they kept doing. And I mean, when we look at Yudatan, I mean, putting him on this chamber seemed like a great move.
Look how many times he's killing Munchkin for free, by the way.
He's just walking, taking the space and doming them. It felt like nothing could go wrong for Global this map, and Gen G were just bots standing there.
I'm gonna tell you, by the way, how they won. So if you remember on round 6, Texture was on B, and then he aced.
Oh no.
Texture. And then he aced.
No. Sorry, my bad. I was doing analysis.
Yeah, no, it was the Texture ace.
Do you have some incense? Are we gonna light the candles?
We are. We're gonna pull up the Gen G jersey. We're gonna put like candles here and everything.
What do you mean Gen G jersey? We need a Gen G jersey. We need a
purification. We want to go to Kuro. We want to go to Kuro. That's
एक बात है कि
why.
जब टेक्सचर ने इस निकाला है तभी ये लोग हार रहे हैं तभी ये लोग हार
turning tail right when
I'm a fraud.
18 cases plus 3.5 kills nice way
If I would have known they were going to play like this, I would have picked them.
If only we knew, right?
This is not the same GE that we saw against Secret. They look much more confident, much more drilled, and I mean this man Crystal was just hitting so many shots, like nobody could challenge him.
मेरे को ऐसे थोड़ा सा ओपन ऐसे होना है पर अभी थोड़ा ओह क्रिस्टल का यहाँ पे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में सिलेक्ट किया
Please never put him on Teo again. Honestly,
प्रीमी भाई प्रीमी मेरे को बहुत सही लगता है प्रीमी सेंटिनल पता नहीं क्यों
in the Teo meta, when really I was thinking like, usually you're thinking your recon units get to play Teo, they're going to start farming, they're going to start fragging up, right? I don't think it really fit Crystal very well. I don't think he was playing particularly well. Now he's back on the Sova, it's straight back to like Scars form, VCT, CN, Ascension form, hard carry, recon unit, calling the shots. I could hear
games out ज़्यादा रहा है मैं थोड़ा कम कर
he was coordinating all of the plays, he was playing with confidence, and he was absolutely frying Gen G, both in terms of coordinating the macro and just beating them in heads-up duels.
Well, we are heading into Haven next, and surely this is a map that Gen G should be playing a lot more comfortably on, right?
I mean, in theory, yes. We know that they like this map. We know what they're going to play and exactly how they're going to play. I do think the good thing is they've been able to see GE play their comp. We know they're going to play this Deadlock Cypher, so they can't be as surprised by what they're going to see in this map too as they were in Icebox, because that's what it felt like to me. It felt like they didn't understand what they were against and didn't know how to put a stop to it, but hopefully they've had some prep time to be able to put together on how they're going to stop this GE comp.
I mean, again, for Gen G, they're 6-1 on this map with this comp. They're beating the best teams in the world. They're beating Fnatic, they're beating G2, they're beating RRQ, even if they're losing Pacific Finals to them and losing to them in the group stage. This is a stock standard. Gen G have defined the meta of how to play Viper on this map. It is kind of an off-pick, and a lot of teams do copy their style. It is a very comfortable map for them. There is no reason they should lose this, but GE at the same time play a Deadlock comp, a Deadlock Cypher comp, and Talon absolutely owned Gen G last stage with this exact style. They played a Deadlock Cypher comp. Cruz used it very, very well and smashed them with it. You know, they did play a Yoru, to be fair, so a little bit different to the to what GE will be running here. I believe they run the Neon if they are going to back themselves with the same comp. But as long as Gen G can figure that out, that's one of the only havens they've lost in ages.
Yeah, but I mean, number one, I gotta hope that they've learned lessons from that game and they understand this Deadlock a little bit more now. But the game is only 50%, you know, preparation and understanding in theory. It's 50% about execution on the day, and they could not execute in map 1. They couldn't do anything.
I don't think they're even connected to the server, mate.
They need to find some confidence. They need to remember that they're Gen G. They need to remember that they've won international trophies, because they were getting disrespected in that map 1.
No,
they need to wake up if they're gonna come back in this series. Right now, I'm leaning the way of GE. even if it is Haven, because they gotta just be feeling so great after that.
I mean, if GE wins this series, this group is going to be
Nothing
chaos.
makes
It is
sense.
going to be chaos.
Imagine the chaos, guys. No, but you're absolutely right. The energy was just not there for Genji, even on that stage. And in one of the press conferences, Solo mentioned how he felt the team was a little bit lethargic. I feel like that might be carrying over right now.
Yeah.
It's just not the same that you see on stage for all of the players. And, for GE, you can actually see them. As you mentioned, Crystal was locked in. You can also see Yeoman.
Yeah.
He was so alert. Watching on the stage, he's really, really zoned, and he really wants this win.
I mean, if you come in with expectation that it's going to be a free win because it's global esports, this is exactly what happens. They're going to roll you because they're not a bad team. They're ready to fight you.
We know
they have to
nothing.
fight back.
We know nothing at this point, and I am so prepared for just this group to flip on its head, because this Genji was not the Genji that any of us prepared for at all. Perhaps not even GE. Maybe they were expecting a little something more. But we are going to Haven up next, and surely there is more of a match here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is where the coaching staff of Genji and the leadership earns their stripes. They have got to turn this series around, playing their patented comp on this map. Even heard it from Danby himself earlier. I think Texture is a better Neon than him. So I think we'll see if that does end up proving out in the server. I mean, Texture's been pretty sick lately, except for that last series against Monyet's Neon. That was not maybe his best performance.
G running with what we would expect as well, playing that deadlock cipher. So now Genji can't be surprised by this, and I need to see firm answers come in. But like you say, they lost when they played this composition last time. So show me some learning, show me some evolution in order to be able to get back some ground in this series.
Uditan, Texture, Neon head-to-head.
That's gonna be so spicy, especially since, this match has been recurring in the Korean Challengers once upon a time. We get to see it now here on the Pacific stage. So we're gonna get into Haven and send it back to your casters, Quack and Komodo.
Big time set it. You gotta look for these answers from Genji. Komodo, tell me about these compositions.
Well, they're the normal compositions, right? So this is what we are coming to expect here. So we really just need to see Genji awaken into something that I think the analyst just said perfectly, right? They've seen GE play this comp on this map before. So there's going to be counters, there's going to be tells, and it makes me very interested to see what the learning for Global has been coming into this series too, with MCE being here. With the team map up in a 3 fashion, absolutely ridiculous. Currently though, we've got a pistol round underway, and mid is just where Global Esports are wanting to split between.
Very precarious. Up towards window, at least he's got a friend alongside him, Poppy. Genji though, being very cautious as to play around these positions now. Information gained, but Udotan possibly sourcing out contact. Foxy9 as well. Relay goes out. As well as the flash. Ash now coming in, gets a kill.
Oh, this is just a scrappy mid battle, isn't it, at the moment? Genji, though, wanting to double down. Crystal has something to say.
Oh, and now it's on the ban! Unfortunately, not able to quite land the mark. And with that, a lot of damage sustained.
I know Crystal was towards C as well. He put the barrier mesh there, too. So Texture's just going to shift to play Lurk now, as Genji want to get the spike in towards the site. I wonder, does Crystal have any awareness that this could be happening? It's a little bit more pressure onto Yeoman to find something at the A site, but now just shift into a big flank. Sees the retrieval of Foxy9's utility. It's an opportunity here, Quack.
Flank on flank. See if Texture will want to reach the site first. Crystal has to land every single shot possible, but Munchkin's already got it marked. Off to the next, and it's Yeoman now. Towards Heaven. With his position already located, Foxy9 from right underneath will be able to take him out.
Yeah, Crystal just didn't check the corner. Unfortunately there, had to cut a couple of them to try and find a pistol round for Global Esports. On the board though, Genji in the pistol round. We'll see how much that's going to translate in towards as well. Now, coming in towards this map as well, a lot more importance is put on this series too when you consider the championship points for Genji. They are 1 in front of DRX and RRQ. It's opportunity for those two teams to get some more points to be in contention for this championship's top 4 if they don't get towards a good playoffs run. You got to start to wonder what do the points really look like as well, right? DRX, RRQ, Genji have played both of them. They got a victory and they got a loss. So there's no opportunity to try and keep in front of those two teams now. as opposed to the next two series that they do have.
Second round में
Team Secret
कैरन के पास
and
गार्डियन है,
Nongshim.
एस के पास डॉग है, कोई दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं.
Things can really shake up, that's for sure. Now into the corner though, Munchkin straight on, square to target.
55 damage लगा.
Yeah, just slow and steady for Gen G. Again, clearing a lot of these corners, making sure there's no little
Three
trap
stack
plays that this
wale,
opposition can come out with.
sheesh.
Strengthen this Sentinel utility. Forward positions from Yudo Tan.
Crystal
Might even see Papi do that a little bit later on if they want to get a little bit in entrapment as well. But apart from that, really, this round should just be night and day for Gen G.
Feeling close by though, at least trying to take someone out with a right click. Not gonna happen this time, Texture.
Nah.
Onto the double.
नहीं.
Just banning Crystal left. Maybe able to take a couple pot shots from heaven.
Third round से
but,
पता चलेगा.
Gen G this healthy?
Yeah, the only opportunity would be Karen or Munchkin, one of which is deep dark in the sewers. That's a dirty shot to come through from Texture.
क्या random shot
They'll be
मारा.
getting a little bit closer towards some ult points there, and I think more importantly, just making
कोई
sure
नहीं, अभी
that
हम
we're hitting our
एको
shots.
बचे, एको
We can
बचे
still
इसके.
do that.
Right off the previous map and go straight into this one. Van though at least looking for the exit. Stays tucked away up around stairs, but Munchkin quite aware to check. Oh, swaps over, jumping right click. Hey, okay, hold on.
Gentlemen's agreement? No! Munchkin! That is so illegal! The crowd wanted a gentleman's knife agreement, and you have betrayed everyone.
Oh, you gotta win war with deception, buddy.
Oh, well. Sometimes game doesn't know game.
मतलब Ben ने ऐसा पूछा कि knife कर
2-0 for Gen G. We'll get in
Munchkin
towards
नहीं
the
मारा
first round, really, for Global Esports on this map to see what their defenses do look like in the
दिखाओ यार
double
last वाला
seti
moment.
play.
Okay, nice.
Oh, man.
Crazy, right?
Good to hear the laughter there. Outlaw still in play for Munchkin though as well. Not going to be doing too much unless Papi goes for a bit of a risky peek. Or if it's Yo-Man who gets double tagged out by the Outlaw. So now you lose a lot of that reconnaissance ability for Global, but
Okay,
equally
nice
a shutdown onto Texture.
Quickly found. Stalls Gen G. Certainly won't be seeing the spike going in towards C anytime soon.
Always interested to see in these Cypher Lock comps as well
Nice,
where the
nice
utility
slow
is
vision.
moved from.
Except
Right, this time
क्या
you've got a trap
crystal
top of
deadlock
sewers on that A site. You've got the barrier mesh
ये SN
in front of B. We're now destroyed. It should have a little bit of extra rotation eyes from Global Esports in a player lost situation. Global are going to have to be a lot more aware on where Global want to position, and it can, or sorry, where Gen G want to position, and it can start to toy with a couple of rotations and risky peaks, which is why at this current point in time, Global Esports are looking to go up through mid.
Thirsty for information, Komodo.
Yeah, and I love the alarm bot actually. This positioning will be the early warning call from Foxy if there's any ambitious creep ups from GE.
That gets pinged off as well. Gen G will just
चल गया पीछे कोई.
stream forward. Global has to make a decision.
ये पे चले
Recon's going to
गए,
reveal that nothing's
ये
going to be
पे चले
backside as
गए.
well here at the moment, so it should be a good post plant for Gen G. Get it in, get situated.
ये लोग double
Not going to have an
control
ultimate
है ना.
online just yet unless Ash finds one kill in this kerfuffle in
ठीक
the
है, कोई नहीं,
4v4.
attacking में करने दो. Defense
Slight
stop नहीं है. Sorry.
Race to the base.
Attack
Everyone's
top नहीं है.
ready now. You've got the Omen flash from Poppy prepped.
No,
Crystal would be grabbed that possibly, but head clipped out from Ash. Ban now through the smokes. Poppy, everyone's chiming forward.
2-2.
Munchkin alongside Foxy9 are
We can
dancing
able to,
around
we
the
can
site.
able to, we can
Foxy
able
lands a beautiful Guardian shot. And at this point, it's just Poppy, close range, not able to duke it out. Gen G pick up the bonus.
Yeah, good hold on the site there as well. I was kind of waiting to see where Crystal might use that grav net, but he just gets his head removed from his shoulders up at heaven. Bit unfortunate there for Global. You know, you want to get in towards a retake here. Losing a player such as Yo-Man really early on makes an A-site retake quite difficult. You need to coordinate a bit of your utility together, and you can just get locked out at these angles very easily by Gen G. Gonna have to see some quick adaptations come through from Global Esports on this map as well to keep this one close. And another early timeout coming out from one of these teams, right? We saw an early one over in map 1 from Gen G. This time, Global Esports don't want to allow such momentum to build.
It's really needing to pick things back up right
भाई
where they
क्या
left
बनाया
off
Dex
from Icebox.
2 मिनट
However,
एक
Komodo, I mean,
मैसेज
they've
करके
been
आओ
trying to source out information towards the mid phase of the rounds. You know, it feels like that's where they kind of get stopped a lot of times.
Well, in this map right now, Global are going to have to just try and find some early advantages and then fall back, right? It's one of those interesting things as well when they are running the double sentinel composition, putting them on one sort of site, you generally are, you know, strong in that site, right? They play it a little bit differently away from the utility, try to find Gen G who are really having none of it at the moment. They're playing very slow, not too much haste. It really changes the look on what a strength could be. Just against these pistols, I mean, we're looking for these little entrapment plays at the moment. As soon as Munchin gets any wind that this is what's happening, right? Caught in the grab net, it's going to get paranoid as well. Might just be the go time for Gen G to skedaddle away and look to greener pastures.
Oh, with the smoke gone though, might be a little more difficult for Munchkin now. At least he's got Ash alongside him. Drone, just to check.
You're going to wait for this paranoia as well to come on out to bail them out, and it does. But really, what do you take away from this as Global Esports? Position at A lobby, where now Gen G are just going to run away.
Yeah.